Can I record your voice without filming your face?
Nope.
Okay.
I just spent the last 3 months destroying my house. A $1.2 million home that needed a good amount of work. This is my first real project as someone getting into real estate. And let me tell you, going through it all has been a learning curve. I've been learning about cabinetry, counters, colors and materials, ceramics, like lots of ceramics, plumbing, electricity, ventilation. It literally just doesn't end. But if there's one thing I do know by now, it's how expensive renovations can be. And trust me, it's not cheap. But before I reveal how much I'm already in for, let me give you guys a quick tour of what's been done up to now and what's about to get done in the next upcoming weeks before the big reveal. Today is June 9th. It's actually F1 weekend, which I'm very excited about. But today is the day that my walls are sort of going up because we did so much electricity stuff, plumbing stuff, ventilation stuff, all the boring things have been going on for the past few months, including buying ceramics and buying a bunch of stuff that I needed to get for today, sort of. I'm still missing a few things, but let me show you the house. What you're about to see is the result of a month and a half of solid work. It involved demolishing walls, upgrading our old electrical wiring to copper, reworking the air ducts, tweaking a lot of the plumbing, and reconfiguring some walls. Walls that completely changed the layout of the first floor. You see, the layout when we bought the house was, it was fine, but I felt like with a bit of vision, we could make the space feel so much bigger. And since we were already opening things up, it made sense to take the opportunity to redo most of the electrical. I even ran some CAT cables for Ethernet, repositioned a few outlets and power switches, and even went to the extent of moving some of the vents that were awkwardly placed perpendicular to the walls. So the main floor is where most of the heavy lifting is happening. It's also where we are installing all new flooring, stretching some ceramic right into what will be our new mudroom. Because before, the washer and dryer were just sitting here, right next to the garage. Now upstairs, we're also reworking the stairs. I don't know if you noticed, but I decided to open it up instead of keeping that curved oval turn in the steps. But let me show you the main transformation happening up there. So it's quite the disaster in here, but this whole entire room has been practically modified, including plumbing and electricity. That's why there's like a bunch of wires hanging out of everywhere, literally. But it's looking good, sort of. It's looking good. One thing I do want to show you guys, because I find it super interesting. Turns out that when I bought the house, this bathroom sort of smelled bad a tiny bit. And it turns out that the plumbing wasn't properly done, which is something that our plumber found out about and made something that actually makes sense. I don't know if you guys can see because it's quite dark in here, but apparently, okay, this fixture right here used to be in a U shape, which means that gases would pretty much like return in there, and then it would make the bathroom sort of stinky. But now there's an entire exhaust pipe that goes up top outside. So now the gases actually have an exhaust pipe going outside from the top, which makes a lot of sense. So the bathroom is not going to be stinky anymore. And these are the type of little things that I've been learning about and I absolutely love. It makes building this house quite fun. It is fun. I mean, I get to learn about everything, really. How bathroom fixtures attach to plumbing, how plumbers love making holes, how a toilet looks in reality. Plus, I know exactly what is behind my walls. And then I don't know if you guys can see, but the shower now comes a bit into the closet. It just made a lot more sense to do it that way, because or else the bathroom was going to be a bit too small. And my girl and I wanted a bigger closet, so we kind of modified that. But obviously we had to make some changes to the bathroom in order for it to not feel too cramped. You guys will get to see the final product at some point for sure. But you can literally see right here where the closet wall used to start from here all the way to the other end. I guess we can say in the second floor, we have the master bedroom with the bathroom and closet being redone. The second bathroom too is actually being
torn apart. Like completely actually. Secondary bedrooms, there is nothing really going on aside from the fact that we added some Ethernet plugs, repositioned some of the power outlets, and cleaned up some of the trims. And aside from that, well, I decided to keep the floors. Yeah, I'm keeping the floors here, mainly because they are in good condition and floors are insanely expensive to buy and install. Just to give you a ballpark, I spent about $25,000 in flooring and I'm about to spend $10,000 to install them. So yeah, subscribe to the channel and keep watching so we can pay for all of it. Look, once it's done, this entire place needs a good cleanup, and I'll be using the eufy E25 to help with some of it. This year's a vacuum built to handle serious messes like renovation aftermath, pet fur, and just chaos of daily life. But let me show you what makes this one special, okay? First up, the Hydrojet floor washing system. This isn't your regular mop. The Hydrojet system uses a built-in double wiper structure to scrub 360 times per minute at 180 RPM, while fresh water flushes through every pass and dirty water gets scraped off in real time. It also pushes down with 50 newtons of force, that's about 1.5 kilograms, and thanks to its floating design, the mop stays tight against the floor for deep, consistent cleaning. It's like a smart, compact power washer for your floors. Then there's the 20,000 Pascal turbo suction, which is massive. That's more than double the suction power of most robot vacuums. It doesn't just pick up crumbs and hair, it actually lifts them out of rugs, corners, carpets, and even your couch. And you know what's underrated? The industry's first retractable dual spiral anti-tangle brushes. These are designed to prevent hair from getting stuck in the rollers. It picks it up, then reverses it and drops it right into the bin. There's finally no need to be cutting tangled messes by hand, no more grabbing scissors to untangle anything, and corners covered. The corner rover arm extends out to reach edges where dust normally hides. Obstacles dodged. With AIC Smart Avoidance, this vacuum identifies over 200 objects, cleans in low light, and even adapts how it handles different stains. You also get full app control, so if you're out picking countertops, you can schedule a room clean, set no-go zones, or switch cleaning modes with one tap. And both come with an all-in-one station that self-empties, washes the mop, dries it with hot air, and even refills water. No maintenance, no mess. If you want the full package, including a portable deep cleaner, they've got the E28 as well, but if you're on a tighter budget, the E25 gives you the same power, the same Hydrojet system, just without the handheld cleaner. So which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments down below. Other than the robot vacuum doing some of the cleaning for us, in the basement I do have a central vacuum that will be upgraded. There are vacuum inlets around the house that let me easily connect to the system whenever I need. I did want to install one in the garage, but it's complicated. I'll talk about it later. But the basement is definitely the spot Jan and I will use a lot for work. I plan on having a few sets in here to allow production. On top of that, I really wanted to have a movie room as well. I planned outlets and Ethernet ports accordingly. Plus, I got a nice vinyl floor that will sit on top of this thermal underlayment that truly lives everywhere, including in our new laundry room and our new bathroom in the basement that's being worked on with one of my friends, Royal Mount Plumbing. Honestly, shout out to you, man. I bought some nice fixtures from you, and although I still need to buy more stuff, I really appreciate the hard work you did with us. Look, there's lots of work, still a lot left to do, but the easiest of things and the funnest parts, it's what's to come. I was washing the dishes and I cut myself washing the blender, and I'm gonna go pick up some floor, so I don't know how the hell I'm gonna carry all this. I went to pick up all the flooring for the first floor. This year's actually 1,680 pounds of wooden floors. I've never done this before, to be honest. I was like baffled by how much flooring I had to transport. Fuck me, this is a lot of floor. I don't know how I'm gonna unmount this from the truck. So the first floor is actually getting some proper wooden floors, and we went with herringbone because we've always loved the look of it. The thing with herringbone though is that it's not just more expensive to buy, but it's also a lot more expensive to install, which is why I'm only doing the first floor. And the reason as to why I actually had to pick up the floors myself was to make sure they'd arrive on time, especially since the kitchen installation was just a few days away. Before you ask, no, I don't know much about flooring, but what I can tell you is that we went with a Canadian brand called Mirage. The finish we chose has this kind of oak look to it with visible knots, which gives it a bit more character and warmth. I really like it personally. This was actually to be installed in the next few days. I think it took the contractor about 6 hours to install 236 square feet, mainly because he needed to make sure the floor was properly sanded before laying these out. And installing herringbone isn't easy. It's why it costs around $10 to $12 per square foot instead of like $3 to $4, I think. In total, I paid about like $2,400 for this chunk. It's kind of wild. And the only reason we only did this chunk is because the kitchen was coming the week after, so this needed to be rushed. This, along patching some walls, closing holes, all the little things that require a wall to be perfect before painting, because the paint is also another thing you do before putting cabinetry together.
Quite a bit left. I gotta get some doors, waiting for the kitchen guy, waiting for the ventilation guy to come install the new machine, and now we're installing the moldings. I think that's what it's called in English.
They're actually called baseboards. So the baseboards, it's something we are getting installed this week. They were asking me about how we wanted them. Not only do we need to get that done, but also I'm in charge of shopping for all the doors we need within the house. There's quite a good amount of doors to buy in here. The good thing is that the rest of the floor is ready to be laid out. A lot of the drywalls are up, seams are tapped, and patching is nearly done. The basement, it's still a mess, but we are getting there. They are working on it. By the end of next week, everything will pretty much come together. I really wanted to show you guys the kitchen, but it seems like I need to confirm a delivery date for that. You guys will get to see all of it, the full transformation, next episode.
There is quite a bit to do. There's quite a bit to do. Right now, my job is to find some doors. I have to find the doors that I want to put in that house. And also, I need to press the contractor because we need someone to finalize the stairs going up and down. And then them on their end, they still have to close the walls, they have to put the ceramics, they have to put the floors, the moldings, they have to just finalize those fine details. And then they're gonna start painting. Then they have 2 weeks of holidays. And after they come back, they're gonna do the bathrooms, they're gonna finish the electrical. The ventilation guy is coming tomorrow. The kitchen guy was supposed to come today. He might come next week. I'm not quite sure. I'm actually gonna go right now and press him. And yeah, I mean, it's advancing. I am aiming for September, mid-September for this to be done, but there's also the garage, which by the way is gonna be an entire video. The garage is gonna be cool because I want to build like my dream garage type of stuff. But yeah, I am going to break down everything for you guys and let you know how much I've spent up to now.
The total cost up to now, I've spent a total of $130,000, give or take. If any of you ever buy a house and you need cash for renos, the bank will usually approve you for a certain amount. With my amount, I've allocated a budget for our project manager. I've spent about $12,000 on that. General labor, which includes a lot of the putting walls up, destroying walls, building stuff, I've spent about $14.5K on that. Travel time for the workers, about $1.5K. Electricity, pretty freaking expensive, but it was a big job for us. Changing most of it from aluminum to copper around the house is pretty complex, so we paid a total of $19,000. The container outside, $1.2. Concrete, about $500. Some of the carpentry to date, $1.5. The woodworking, which includes the entire kitchen, some of the bathrooms, laundry room, and mud room, $37,000. And I've only paid half up to now. Everything else, like the gyps, ceramics, wood floors, partial installations, around $22,000. Miscellaneous costs around $3,000, and that can include small little things you need at stores like Home Depot. And then anything related to plumbing, I'm at $17,000, with the ventilation and cooling being at $9,000. There's still quite a few things I need to spend money on, but for the most part, we are almost there. It's definitely an investment, and I hope to come out on top. Look, doing construction like this and documenting it in videos is something I'd love to keep doing with other properties. I'm really having a lot of fun with it. Lots of episodes still to come. Think of this as the before the house is fully transformed, and then from there we'll do some room tours. So yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed.